history, and then the handicaps and people. Very cool. So welcome everyone, and thank you all for being here at our first ever virtual Dipsea honors ceremony. My name is Sam, and I'm a third generation Dipsea runner. I've competed in the single, double, and quad Dipseas. I've also been involved with planning and implementing the virtual Dipsea run, and I'll be the master of ceremonies for the honors ceremony today. We also have Ivan Gonzalez here to help us with tech. So thank you so much, Ivan, for being here on your birthday to help with that. And I can see already that folks are very familiar with Zoom etiquette. So thank you all for staying muted during the honors ceremony. You are welcome and encouraged to use emoji. You see in my box the clapping hands to applaud other people's efforts. And you are also encouraged to use the chat box to communicate with people. So once again, welcome and thank you all for attending this Zoom session. We had a total of 630 participants in the virtual Dipsea, and about 380 of those logged times. We recorded times from 27 states in our country, so more than half of US states logged times, including Maine, where I'm speaking to you from, and 5 different countries, as far away as Japan and the United Kingdom. And we have many awards to announce, and we will get to that in a few minutes. At this time, I want to introduce our 4 Dipsea Race Committee members. So first of all, Dipsea Chief Financial Officer Etta Stickle, who has for more than 20 years been Dipsea Race Director. She was actually the oldest female to log a time on the Dipsea Trail in the virtual Dipsea this year. Also, Chris Nez, the virtual Dipsea Run Director, who was our hub and hero for this event, as he coordinated and oversaw signups, time logs, and t-shirt orders. Thank you, Chris. Also, Dave Albee, who chased down and posted interesting selfies and the amazing stories of virtual Dipsea participants for Dipsea Facebook and Twitter pages, and has written entertaining Dipsea articles for many years in the IJET. And also our Dipsea guardian, Merv Reagan, who is fast approaching his 40th year of volunteering with the Dipsea on both the Dipsea Race Committee and the Dipsea Race Foundation. Thank you, Merv. Would you care to say a few words, Merv?
Yeah, first off, we'd like to thank Sam for all his efforts in getting the virtual Dipsea together and keeping the Dipsea going forward. We want to apologize to all of you for not being able to hold the annual Dipsea race this year. This is the first year in 75 years that the Dipsea race, first contested in 1905, was not held as originally scheduled. The Dipsea was last canceled in 1942 to 1945 because of World War II and the military operations on Mount Tamalpais. This year was a difficult decision not to hold the race, like the pandemic, was out of our control. We hope all of you have come through this in good health and in good spirits. Our plan B turned out to be offering a virtual Dipsea, and that too had its unfair share of challenges. We started on July 6th and intended to end on September 6th, but wildfires and wild smoke in Northern California and Oregon caused us twice to extend the virtual race. That said, losing the opportunity for a short time to run outdoors pales in comparison to losing homes, lives, and lifetime of memories. Our hearts go out to all the people impacted by these tragedies. Eventually, clear skies and fresh air allowed the virtual Dipsea to go on. We want to thank all of its participants for their dedication to the Dipsea and their perseverance in the virtual Dipsea. Whether they actually went over the Dipsea Trail here or pretended to many miles away while running on a flat 10-mile course. We want to note our own Etta Stickle participated in the virtual Dipsea. And Etta, if you'll say a few words about your experience on the virtual Dipsea race. It's to you now, Etta.
Thank you, Murph, and hello to all. Yes, it's indeed a pleasure for me to run the virtual Dipsea because I had an opportunity to run with my 50-year-old son, who is not a runner. He's a biker and a very accomplished backpacker and a tall, skinny guy. So I thought, oh, he has never run, no sweat, I can get him. So once we hit the first step, I sensed we had a big competition going here because I didn't expect him to be with me. So, but his long legs and he just hurled himself up 688 steps, and I was still on the second flight when he probably finished the third. But that was okay. He waited. And so we went on and chit-chatted, and he asked me about the historical routes and all of that. We chatted the entire way. And as we got to Steep Ravine, his feet were too big to put on the steps. So, so you have to sort of walk down there sideways, and that's where I made my headways. Anyway, we finished together in Stinson Beach, and it was truly a pleasure, and it was a great feeling to be able to run with a non-runner. No pressure at all. We did meet some Dipsea runners and some of our volunteers along the course. I can't exactly say it was crowded because we left pretty early. We had wanted to take the bus back, and but the last minute we decided that, yeah, we might not make the bus. So I had somebody pick us up. Anyway, it was absolutely great. So much for my run. And I do want to express my sincere thanks to Sam Spinrad, because Spinrad, I'm sorry. He had emailed me and had inquired about a virtual Dipsea, and it was so wonderful to hear from him because I remembered him, his name from being a runner. So of course I contacted him and we chit-chatted, and after more chit-chat, here we are planning the virtual Dipsea. And I also want to thank Timothy Sneed and Rob Briggs for helping with the technical support and to make the virtual Dipsea a reality. So here we are, and my thought is, God willing, we will have a Dipsea race next year, the 110th Dipsea on Sunday morning, June the 13th, 2021, at a new time at 8 a.m. So that's assuming COVID-19, the COVID-19 crisis dwindles and to a safe status where the national and state parks will give us a permit. So let's all hope for the best. I guess wear masks, wash hands, sanitize when you, every opportunity you have.
Thank you, Etta. And we will now move on to the awards portion of our program. We have some statistical awards to announce based on times, gender, and age. And after that, we have some awards to announce based on selfies, stories, and general silliness. So please welcome back Chris Nez.
Hello, everyone. At first, I'd like to thank and congratulate everyone who participated in the virtual Dipsea. And as I go through the awards, I apologize for any names that I may mispronounce. As we looked at the results coming in for both the Dipsea Trail and the 10-mile runs, it became clear that not everyone was recording the same distance. With the Dipsea Trail, some people were starting from their front doors. Others were starting from where they parked their car. The start and the stop locations were not consistent. For the 10-mile runs, no one was running on the same terrain and everyone ran a different distance. Time alone was not a consistent measure to apply. That led us to look at pace and sort the leaders based on pace. We decided to acknowledge 6 categories in both the Dipsea Trail group and the 10-mile run group. The first categories being the youngest and the eldest. We're also looking at the fastest teenager pace, both female and male, and the fastest adult pace, both female and male. These together make up the 6 categories, and within these, you will see who had the fastest pace overall in each of the different runs. We had 229 participants log their times on the Dipsea Trail and 151 record 10-mile times from locations all over the country with some international locations. And that brings us to the 10-mile awards. The first category, the youngest participants, female and male. Finishing 64th overall, 15-year-old Maggie Jensen posted 10 miles with a time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, 3 seconds, and a pace of 10 minutes, 36 seconds. And finishing 94th overall was 10-year-old Thomas Schwab. He posted 10 miles with a time of 2 hours and 5 minutes, 30 seconds, and a pace of 12:33. In the eldest participant category for the 10-mile course, finishing 90th overall, 78-year-old Lucina Vernazza posted 10 miles in 2 hours and 4 minutes with a pace of 12:24. And finishing 138th overall, 85-year-old Jerry Wendt posted 10.26 miles in 3 hours, 57 minutes, 47 seconds with a pace of 23:11. Jerry was the only person over 80 years old to post results in the 10-mile run. Half of the 10-mile registrants, though, were over 50 years. The fastest pace by female teenager, there were 7 teenagers to post results in the 10-mile run. 2 were female. The fastest teenage female in the 10-mile, finishing 39th overall, is 19-year-old Molly Markoff. She posted 10 miles running around Lake Placid with a time of 1 hour, 31 minutes and a pace of 9:06. Maggie Jensen was the other female teenager, finishing 64th overall, running 10 miles on a bike path, posting 1:46:03 and a pace of 10:36. The next category, fastest pace by male teenager, there were 5 male teenagers that posted results in the 10-mile run. And 6th overall, 17-year-old Oliver Arneson posted 10 miles in 1 hour, 5 minutes, 16 seconds with a pace of 6:32. Congratulations, Oliver. That was good. The next category, fastest pace by female adult, finishing 10th overall, 37-year-old Tina Ardeme posted 10 miles on a treadmill with a time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, 7 seconds, and a pace of 7:13. When Tina discovered she could register for both the 10-mile and the Dipsea Trail run, 2 days later, after running the 10 miles on the treadmill, Tina went out and ran the Dipsea Trail, finishing 38th overall on the Dipsea Trail. Congratulations, Tina. The fastest pace by adult male in the 10-mile course and finishing first overall in the 10-mile course was 33-year-old Jeffrey Stern. Jeffrey ran around the streets of his neighborhood in Santa Barbara, and Jeffrey posted 10.01 miles in 54 minutes, 53 seconds with a pace of 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Congratulations, Jeffrey. You had the fastest pace recorded in the 10-mile runs. And finally, for the 10-mile section, a special shout out to 41-year-old Conyers Davis of Los Angeles, who, to our knowledge, ran the furthest among the 10-milers. Conyers ran 18.8 miles with a pace of 8:52, and he finished 35th overall. This brings us now to the Dipsea results. And starting with the first category, the youngest participants on the Dipsea Trail. Finishing 225th overall, the youngest participant on the Dipsea Trail was 5.5-year-old Lydia Shemakin. She posted 7 miles in 4 hours and 40 minutes. The youngest male in the Dipsea, 212th overall, was 7-year-old Daniel Broom, who posted 7.5 miles in 3 hours, 12 minutes, and 41 seconds. Congratulations to both of you. In the next category, the eldest participants in the Dipsea, there were 101 participants over 50 years old that posted results on the Dipsea Trail. So close to half were over 50. In the eldest category, finishing 142nd, 75-year-old Birdie Dillon posted 7.12 miles in 1 hour, 51 minutes, 38 seconds with a pace of 15:41. And 82-year-old Norman Pease, who did the Dipsea Trail twice, he finished 222nd overall on July 25th, where he went from Old Mill Park up to the top of Cardiac and then back down, posting 8 miles in 4 hours. He then also, on August 19th, finished 205th overall, where he ran the course start from finish in 2 hours and 55 minutes. Congratulations to both of you. And moving on to the fastest pace by a female teenager, finishing 25th overall was 16-year-old Jacqueline McKillop Hare, who posted 7.9 miles in 1 hour, 21 minutes, 55 seconds, with a pace of 10 minutes, 22 seconds. The fastest pace by male teenager, finishing 6th overall, was 17-year-old Kelby Buckley. He posted 7.4 miles in 1 hour, 2 minutes, 25 seconds, and a pace of 8:26. Well done, Kelby. In the category of fastest pace by female adult, finishing 14th overall was 25-year-old Hannah Bolanas. Posted 7.5 miles in 1 hour, 13 minutes, 12 seconds, and a pace of 9 minutes, 46 seconds. Which brings us now to the fastest pace by male adult, and also the first overall on the Dipsea Trail, 27-year-old Edward Owens. He posted 7.21 miles in 51 minutes, 50 seconds, and had a pace of 7 minutes, 11 seconds. Congratulations, Edward. And finally, this brings us to the end for the Dipsea section, but we want to give a shout out to Roselda McGath, who hiked the Dipsea Trail, but did it carrying a 20-pound backpack. Roselda posted her results lugging a backpack on the Dipsea Trail, a distance of 15.57 miles. Yeah, that takes a lot of effort. And all of us from the Dipsea race would like to thank all of you who participated in this virtual event and took the time to log your results. It was fantastic reading all of your comments and seeing all the selfies. These were some great stories too. And now here is Dave Albee to acknowledge some of the best selfies and the stories behind them. Dave? You're muted, Dave.
Longer. Thank you, Chris. I had the honor and fun and joy of going over the dozens of selfies that all of our people, all of you out there sent to us and Chris passed on to me. I then reached out to many of you to get your reasons and your inspiration for participating in the virtual Dipsea run. And from your stories and your selfies, we sort of created our own awards to capture the spirit, smiles, and the humor of the virtual Dipsea. So without further ado, I'd like to name these. I apologize, like Chris, I'd like to apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. Our first award goes to the virtual Dipsea Run Pioneer Award goes to Mari Allen for being the very first person to sign up and participate and run over the Dipsea Trail in the very first ever virtual Dipsea. Thank you very much. Our next award is the toughest real-time choice for virtual Dipsea course award. That goes to Daniel Babinski of Washington, D.C., who elected to run the Buck Bridge in Shenandoah National Park, thinking it might be the equivalent of running the Dipsea Trail. Thank you, Daniel. Congratulations. Our next award is Oops, I Forgot I Parked My Car in Mill Valley Award. That goes to William Nichols of Vacaville, who completed his virtual Dipsea run in Stinson Beach, then realized he parked his car on the other end of the Dipsea Trail. So, in his words, I ran the course backwards. Congratulations, William. Our next award is the Most Liked Virtual Dipsea Participant Award. That goes to Maria Dolores Jimenez Price, who got up at 4:30 a.m. in Sacramento to drive to the Dipsea Trail, then took a selfie that received as many likes on the Dipsea Facebook page than she did for her virtual Dipsea selfie. That she's more likes, 82 total, than seemingly she has letters in her name. She capped the virtual Dipsea with her friend Brittany DeTemple by swimming in the ocean and drinking a beer, all before 10 a.m. Our next award is the Best Virtual Dipsea Selfie and Submission Award. That goes to Allison Kegley. She's a volunteer coach for the Dipsea Kids program. She took off her running shoes and held them above her head as she dipped her toes in the Pacific Ocean at Stinson Beach. And then she was motivated to write a first-person account of her adventure. Thank you, Allison. Our next award is the Most Original Virtual Dipsea Selfie Award. That goes to Kermit Kit Kibbutz, who ran past the house Janis Joplin used to live during his 10-mile run and posted a hologram-like selfie. I don't know how else to describe it. A hologram-like selfie with him in a cap in the foreground, and in the background you can see the silver peso sign honoring a historic dive bar in Marin where Janis Joplin actually used to spend a lot of time. Thanks, Kit. Next award is the Best Real Treat for Virtual Dipsea Award. That goes to Amy Saez for sharing a post-virtual Dipsea run chocolate milkshake and French fries from the Parkside Cafe with her partner, Alan Scott. Our next award is the Dr. Fauci Memorial Mask Award. That goes to George Remet of Daly City and the president of the Roadrunners Club of America, who kept his mask on for the virtual Dipsea even when he took a socially distanced selfie. Congratulations, George. Next award is the Virtual Dipsea Networking Award. That goes to John O'Brien. Though from Ireland and never before hearing about the Dipsea race, he connected with Frank Ruana, then connected with Markel Taylor, Chris Skull, and Jonathan Chu to run the course for the virtual Dipsea, and they posed for a selfie in the water at Stinson Beach afterwards. Congratulations, John. Next award is I like this one. This is the Dipsea Facebook Lifetime Achievement Award. It goes to Steve Pat for participating in the virtual Dipsea and also for spending so much time scrolling up and down the Dipsea Facebook page like the Dipsea steps. So thank you, Steve. We appreciate your support in social media. Next award is a tie. It's the virtual Dipsea Stairs Award. The first recipient is Josh Hanna for stopping on the famed Dipsea stairs to take a moment to reflect on a step he purchased in honor of the late Martin Schief, a teacher from Josh's home state of Maine who inspired him to be a runner. He shares this award with Chayo Uchida, who ran 9.07 miles on and around the Dipsea Trail because she couldn't find the stairs. So thank you for that contribution. The next award is the Virtual Dipsea Media Award. It goes to Mike Peckner, a former KCBS radio meteorologist who convinced retired CBS News reporter John Blackstone to tag along with him during the virtual dips. Thank you, Mike. The next award is the Virtual Wrong Turn to Right Move Award. That goes to Alina Chemyakin, a Dipsea Race Family Trophy winner who last year took a wrong turn at Cardiac in the race and wanted to make up for the mistake by participating in the virtual. The next award goes to, well, it's the Virtual Dipsea Virgin Territory Award. It goes to Christy Talbert, who has never been in a Dipsea race or even hiked the Dipsea Trail from start to finish until she participated in the virtual Dipsea run. Thanks, Christy. The next award is the Virtual Dipsea Family Tradition Award. It goes to Rick Holt for coming down from Oregon to participate in the virtual Dipsea run to honor and remember his late brother, Randy, who was a park ranger, a race competitor, and a forever friend and advocate for the Dipsea race. Thanks, Rick. The next award is the Virtual Dipsea Kids Courage Award. This goes to Cassandra Ruak, a Dipsea volunteer who was in the Dipsea Kids program, who finally got up the nerve to one-up her brother Lucas and run on the Dipsea Trail. Congratulations, Cassandra. Next award is the Virtual Dipsea Conquering Fear of Suicide Hill Award. That goes to Ray Balanis, who ran with his 25-year-old daughter and didn't need to look over his shoulder, or as he put it, running down suicide without fear of death from those coming up behind him. Thanks, Ray. Appreciate that. Next award is the Virtual Dipsea Closest Body of Water Award. That goes to Michael Neer, who couldn't do his virtual Dipsea to the Pacific Ocean, so he ran next to the Erie Canal. The next award is the Virtual Dipsea Mile Marker Award. That goes to Kara Bateman for actually stopping to take photos of the sometimes forgotten Dipsea racecourse mile markers during her virtual run, which she included in her selfie to remind us that these mile markers do still exist. Thanks, Kara. The next award is the Virtual Dipsea Clark Griswold Vacation Award. This goes to Ryan Neese of Bakersfield, who, while on vacation in Mill Valley with his girlfriend, learned about the Dipsea race, the Dipsea Trail, and decided to enter the virtual Dipsea run, and he treated it like a trip to Wally World. The next award is the Dipsea Virtual Slice of Life with a Real Slice Award. That goes to Josh Sampson for ordering takeout pizza to celebrate at Stinson Beach. Thanks, Josh. The next award is the Best Field of Dreams Moment in Virtual Dipsea. That goes to Jack Roy for taking his 73-year-old dad, David Roy, on the Dipsea race course for the first time. Good going, Jack. Congratulations, David. Next award, we're getting to the end, the virtual Dipsea selfie who looks like a survivor contest. That's the virtual Dipsea selfie who looks like a survivor contestant. That goes to Gabe Figueroa, a virtual Dipsea survivor who flashed a sign from San Diego, I think it was from Newport Beach actually, as if he wanted to be voted off the island or it was an SOS. Thanks for that little sign, Gabe. We really appreciate it. And a final award, our GAG award, is the virtual Dipsea Heartfelt Finish Award. It goes to 11-year-old Josephine Davis and her friend, 10-year-old Lilla James, for showing their support of the virtual Dipsea by holding a sign, Vanna White style, at Stinson Beach. So thank you all. Our goal for the virtual Dipsea, other than providing an alternative for this for the Dipsea race, was to create a fun event that anyone, anywhere, at any time could participate in and exhibit a sense of humor. From our perspective, speaking from the Dipsea Race Committee, from our perspective, after going through a dark time in our lives and our planet, it truly warmed us to see so many real smiling faces in the virtual Dipsea. Thank you so much. Sam, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Dave. And just a few closing remarks. T-shirt details are being finalized. You should have gotten or will soon get an email regarding those orders. Results, I saw there's a question about results in the chat room, and those will be posted in the near future to the Dipsea website. So be on the lookout for those, and then you can see, if your name wasn't mentioned today, how your time compared with others in your age group and people who you might know. A reminder that this is being recorded, so if you would like to in the future view, or you have someone in your family or friends who couldn't view the video live today, this will be posted to the Dipsea website, and I believe also on the Dipsea's Facebook page. So you'll have a chance to view it whenever you'd like there. So that will be available soon. The Dipsea's Facebook page is at Dipsea Race. We hope to see you at the 110th Dipsea Race on Sunday, June 13th, 2021. Please do check the Dipsea Facebook page at Dipsea Race, and the Dipsea Twitter page, which is at the Dipsea, and the Dipsea website, www.dipsea.org, for news regarding next year's race. So once again, thank you all for being here. Have a safe year, happy running, and we look forward to updates on the next